I just want to recap our first 3 days of hyperbaric oxygen therapy with the Florida Centers of Hyperbarics here in Zephyr Hills, Florida. So I'm just going to kind of pull up my notes and stuff too. I've done a video on the 5 reasons why we're doing this. And so we started on June 1st at 3 p.m. Got her a whole orientation and stuff as well. The first day, I definitely felt more awake during this session. I just felt more clear-headed. I felt my eyesight actually had improved during the session. My right ear gave me a lot of pain. So that first session, I haven't been adjusted in almost a month. And I and I had been sick about a month ago too. So I struggled a little bit with my ears that day or during the session. I was definitely nervous, but it's very roomy and comfortable. They tested my blood sugar before and after, and that was good too. We went to 1.3 feet of, or 1.3 atmospheres. That's about 11 feet of seawater below sea level. I believe it's 100% oxygen or very close to that. Again, when I got home, I used a purification of lavender and copaiba around my ear, and that definitely helped with me. I felt good driving home. Again, with Josh, he was very relaxed during the session. He very comfortable. He did fine with the head unit. He's kind of sensitive about people like touching him and stuff like that. So, but he wasn't overly, like rejecting it or anything like that. So that was good. I was very hungry. Both of us were very hungry, and you're not supposed to exercise for about 2 hours after you have, because your body's fully saturated as well. So I ate when we got back, and then I took a nap a little bit and just rested, and then I got up, ate again, and took the dog for a walk. And I'm like, wow, I'm like really clear-headed. But here's the interesting thing with Josh. He was definitely more verbal when we left in the car. He just was having conversations at a higher level. And then when we got home, there was this calendar that he likes to do every month, and I had just mentioned it in the car. He did it in a matter of about 10 minutes, which usually will take him an hour because he's like zooming back and forth. And he got every number correct in terms of not being dyslexic or backwards. And he's never done that before. So I was like, oh, wow, something's happening here. So I didn't really have any detox symptoms or anything like that. Now I do other therapies, so I'm going to be real clear about the other therapies that I do that I'm doing along with this, because they did suggest that we do detoxification. So we did do that first day, and every single day we've done glutathione, trisomal glutathione. Earlier in the day, I did for 2 days. I've done methylene blue, just a little bit, a few milligrams for both me and Josh. Actually, I did not do it for Josh the 3rd day, just myself, because I knew I had to work tonight. And I think maybe I have heard that these two pair really well together as well. Let me look here. Okay, so I said I went for a walk. I woke up. I slept fairly good that first night too. Josh definitely was tired the next day, like trying to get up. Like I think he could have I let him sleep a couple hours more, but I think he could have slept more. I'm not sure that he might be more energized at night and then is falling asleep a little bit later too. So the second morning, I definitely noticed more mental clarity. I did do an enema followed by a coffee enema. I noticed that I got like initially just a lot of like, I don't really call them parasites, but they're like this almost like brown rice grains almost that come out. This kind of gross, but I talk about these things in my coffee enema videos. And after so that was after the enema, and then after the coffee enema I released probably a couple of dozen like yellow small gallstones. So I'm curious if that this might be pushing out, more in my body as well. I felt really good that day too. So day 2 we went to 1.5, and that's again. But what I did for my ear, I had been using the oils as I did Vitality Copaiba under my tongue because I heard that was good for sinus pressure and stuff too. And so that I do think that seemed to kind of help me chill a little bit. I wasn't like as nervous. I do a lot of work on my phone, and I just read usually like the second half. Interesting enough, we posted an Instagram reel about what we're doing, and that second day, in just a couple hours, it hit over 900 views. So we're definitely going to keep up with sharing about it because I do people they do that. In the unit he was a little bit more jumpy, but I think it's because I had him doing his math homework. Mostly what he does is like watches video or does like his Minecraft and stuff because that's the time he gets to do it. After the session I noticed good energy, and I noticed my face, like I noticed a little bit of like redness and stuff too that isn't like sun. I think it's that collagen starting to build up. I think my face is looking younger because there is actually facials you can get which are oxygen infused therapy, and I mean the oxygen is literally like right here in my face. So I think this is part of my therapy that I'm getting. Josh said when we got out, he said, I feel good. And he said several sentences that he normally like wouldn't say or hasn't said before. And he said very thoughtful sentences when we left. He was very relaxed too the whole time. I'm so relaxed. He was super hungry. We ate dinner. He went to his class. He jumped on the trampoline after, so much. When I told him he had some homework to do, he kind of balked, and I gave him a 10-minute warning. About 10 minutes later, when I go, he brings down this paper, and it has a whole writing, because his assignment was to be able to find a picture and write about it. And he wrote like the whole page. And I was like, oh my gosh, like Josh, that's like incredible. He never, even if he copied this off of I don't know what, he never could write that fast. Like he could never do copy work that fast. So that was a huge, 2 days in a row. Wow. So I was kind of tired, and then I was not tired yesterday. I was pretty energized. Today I am very tired. So the third day, this morning, I did a 155 degree sauna for almost 40 minutes. So probably about 30 minutes at that high temperature. And I think I kind of overdid it a little bit because it wasn't until I got my electrolytes back in me and stuff that my energy kind of came back. But again, I want to be pushing out the toxins, the heavy metals, because this is pushing out heavy metals in our system as well. He was more irritable today. but I think part of it is because he didn't get up in time and have his breakfast before his tutor session and stuff too. But definitely improved today, and when we did math, so this is day 3, we did math. He's got so many math problems, their multiplication and stuff like that. He did a sheet in 3 minutes, which easily is 3 to 4 minutes faster than he normally does. And then he would think of things, like he remembered things and stuff like that. During this time when we finished, he said several things to me, and he said, is this going to make me better? And will I be able to get into, because he's trying to get into middle school, because he realizes now that he is below his grade. So, and this is him being able to verbalize all this was just huge, really, really huge. He was very happy. When we left the day 3, he said, I feel very relaxed, just for him to say that and feel comfortable. What I think also is happening is it's putting him into a parasympathetic field, and with all his SNPs that he has, and anytime there's kind of any emotional upsetting things, just very, it can be even a thought that he thinks. And that's one thing too, he has as many of those thoughts that he just kind of thinks on and spins and spirals with them. Definitely I've noticed a difference in that in the past 3 days. But he is not freaking out as much. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times all of a sudden we'll hear a scream or something like that. And it's not that those aren't happening, but I would say they've improved 30 to 50% in just 3 days. Now remember, we're only doing pressure right now in oxygen that is at, a soft chamber level. So we're not even into the levels where it's going to be starting to change the telomeres and all that. The results, the reason, and I'll do another video on why we're doing the hard chamber versus the soft and stuff. I don't want to go on it. This is long enough now. But anyway, that's our first 3 days, and I hope that has been helpful for you. It doesn't mean that you need to stop at 3 days. This is something that you really need to do for all those hours to get that huge cellular change, to change the genes, to really have good results. All right, thank you.